Old prophet coming from the land of Benjamin.
Shalom, Yabashun Shabbat.
Where you been at, Elder? Hey, I've been here. I was in the spiritual world. I just came back to visit you. No, y'all didn't take no hour to get it.
No, I was out yesterday.
No. Hey, that's not right. Yai Great Yai King. Hang on.
How you feeling, Elder? Right, how you feeling, man?
I'm good.
You been missed. What's going on, man? How about you guys?
I know I see some of them. I see some wine there.
Yai
Photo chair. No, I don't want a photo chair. I want a chair. I'm just sitting nice.
All right, we're live now. Shabbat Shalom to everybody online. Welcome back to the Hebrew Chosen Elect Shabbat class and reading. This week we'll be picking up and starting our reading, opening up the book of Numbers. Last week we closed out the book of Leviticus. First chapter, book of Numbers. Before we get started with that reading, go through our quick announcements right quick. First one being upcoming Amashara Yasha'ala Hebrew Chosen Elect. Give it all you got. Coat drive and coat giveaway, which we'll be having in December, roughly around the 21st. Do we got an exact date? We chose a date yet or no?
We was talking about
around 20th, 21st. So we'll get that definitive date as soon as we have it. But up until then, like I said, we'll be fundraising. So we'll be collecting coats or cash app donations. We're accepting any new or used in good condition coats, jackets, hats, scarves, gloves, blankets, whatever you got and you want to give to help out someone in need to stay warm throughout the winter season. We'll take any of it. Like I said, new or used in good condition. You can donate cash physically if you're able to come and be around the body physically, or you can donate through Cash App and send your alms that way through our Cash App, which is cash tag, which is different from the one on the bottom of the screen. This Cash App for the coat drive is cash tag BDANI01 and earmark that coat drive. And throughout in advance for any donations. And like the Most High says, he loves a cheerful giver. So if you're able, give whatever you can. Scriptures also say that alms they deliver from death, right? Okay. Paraphrasing. So yeah, look for that upcoming feast days. I had it wrote down. So next new moon we'll be keeping it. Should have had it out already. Wrote it down. These papers. I believe it was the new moon is the 20. I had that thing wrote down. I have it in my Bible. usually put that paper right here.
I have it here.
What do you got? Because maybe I did it wrong.
The 21st.
Yeah, that's what I had. So
Yeah.
November 21st for the new moon and sundown, which I believe is a Friday, and 16th for the dedication, right?
I have the 15th at sundown. 15th
Okay,
at sundown.
15th of December is sundown.
Which we know
So
it's the 16th, but 15th at sundown.
right, I got you. So so upcoming new moon we'll be keeping November the 21st is sundown. If you'd like to come out for that, get in contact with us and we can get you squared away. And Feast of Hanukkah or dedication, December the 15th at sundown. Instead of celebrating Christmas, which is not of the Most High, we being in the truth and Israelites and actually following Christ, we keep the holiday that he kept around this season, which according to the book of John is the Feast of Dedication, which is Hanukkah. So yeah, if you'd like to come out, keep the feast day with us, you can get in contact with us. We can get you the address, exact times, what you can bring. If you're able, we'd like for you to bring something. The Most High said not to come to the feast days empty-handed, right? Reach out and, we can figure that out. If you're watching, you're an Israelite and you're new to truth, or already in truth, all are welcome. Come out, fellowship, keep this feast day to the Most High.
The summit is next summer.
Oh yeah, so yeah, since you're here, you got the information though. But it's January.
From January 22nd through the 25th.
Yeah, so upcoming in Dallas, Texas. So yeah, like the elder said, which one is this? 23rd. So the 23rd Hamashara Yasha'Allah Hebrew Summit is coming up as well after Feast Dedication, January 22nd, Slovakia,
the 25th.
Through the 25th in Dallas, Texas. So if you're close to that area or you're able to make it, you can, you got a little bit of time. You got to save up money, get your plane tickets and your hotels in order.
Right.
If you're able, come to Dallas, Texas, to the Hamashara Yasha'Allah Hebrew Summit. Always a great event. It's never let me down. And if I'm able to make it happen, I'm gonna be there. So if you're able, make it down Dallas, come out to the Hamashara Yasha'Allah 23rd Hebrew Summit, getting to the 26th time. And it's January.
Right.
Might as well, any trip you can to take down south, you might as well, because it's cold. It's cold as hell up here, right? So yeah, we got the Hanukkah coming up, and if you're able, the Hebrew Summit in Dallas, Texas. Contact information, you can contact me through Facebook or phone. Facebook at We Are Israel, Gemaria Yasha'Allah. Phone at 302-510-7147. You can also contact Yakanan at Facebook at Brandon Daniels, Yakanan Maccabee Yasha'Allah, or through phone or text at 508-840-7710. You got any questions? You want to come out? If you want to join the camp. If you're not part of a camp and you're looking to be a part of a camp, do the Lord's work, get in contact, and we get you squared away on that. Or if you just want to congregate, feast day, or come to class, that as well. So those are the phone numbers, contact information. Also, lastly, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe, like, and share our content to our YouTube channels, which are ACE Red Pill Reality and ACE Reloaded for our lives, classes, past lives, and various different edification. With that, we'll end the announcements and get straight to the reading. So y'all just came in. Is the first books, chapters, and numbers really isn't a lot of extra stuff to go into. We'll probably knock out a few chapters today. So what we're going to do, since there's really not a lot of in-depth stuff to go into. We're just going to each read a chapter, right? So Yakanan, you can start it off and go around the table. Kalak, Yael, Yaikwab, and then I'll read. And we'll see where we're at there. If we still got time, we'll go to another chapter. But usually we get through like 2 chapters, but I think today we'll get through at least 5. So yeah, with that being said, Yakanan, whenever you're ready, Numbers chapter 1.
Yahweh spake unto Moses.
Where we at?
The book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 1. Yahweh spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the tabernacle of the congregation, on the first day of the 2nd month, in the 2nd year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel, after their families, by the house of their fathers, with the number of their name, every male by their posts, from 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel. Thou and Aaron shall number them by their armies.
Which means
Go ahead.
you can only serve from 20 years age
And
up to 20 years age and up in the military.
Right.
With the Mosai.
Because that's pretty much, that's when and we went over it last class.
Okay.
Because last class with the vows, it kind of broke down each age group.
Okay.
So that's pretty much adulthood.
Yeah.
Anything under that, you still would be a young one,
Young man.
right?
Right.
So once you're of age, you can serve in the army of Israel. And also, we don't want to breeze by it. You read verse 2, right? To take the sum of the congregation after the families by the house of their fathers. So, obviously the small hats over there, they got it wrong again.
Yeah.
It's not by your mother that determines if you're of the Israel or Moab or Edom or whoever, whichever nationality you come from. It's of the father's seed. Who you are is determined by the seed, because it comes from the father. Like before you was ever on earth, before you went into to grow in your mother's womb, you was swimming around in your father, right? That's for all of us. So if we go according to the Bible, it's what? Your father's seed, your patriarchy. The small hats, they teach us of your mother. And that also goes to show their lack of understanding and can't be God's people, because they get that from a misunderstanding of when we came back from Babylon and Ezra told everybody to get rid of the mom,
right,
and the
right,
children.
Right.
So the small hats, they take that and they run with it. And see, you're an Israelite according to your mom. If your mom's a heathen,
right,
you're not an Israelite. But that's, we ain't going to go into that breakdown, but that's just a big misunderstanding that they have, because why? The word and the understanding was given to Jacob. They can't have it because they're not Jacob. So they have these misunderstandings, like building prayer walls and doing things that's not according to the scriptures, like growing bangs instead of sideburns and wearing bottle caps.
So let me ask this. Do you think that it said this by the sum of their fathers? Do you think, let's say if the father had 10 daughters, so what was the Mosai counting? Was he counting the woman also, or this is just the males? We're just counting the males. As far as the makeup of the military, we're just counting the males. So that's why when Israel came out of Egypt, they said there were 600,000 standing army?
Yeah, kind of.
But that was just the males.
Right.
Then, of course, the women and children also included. So we might have had over a million people coming out of Egypt.
Yeah.
But the standing army was just the males. So that's why it's the sum of the fathers. We said according to the males in the family. But the father might have had 10 daughters, 20 daughters. You know what I'm saying? Man had a big family, but it was just the males there.
Salaki also, the Most High knew that in the hearts of the heathens, that
Right.
if you use the female, they could rape their way
They
into
could
the
rape, yeah.
kingdom.
Exactly.
And that's why Amalek is so big on the woman.
Yeah.
So it's in the, why? They teach that. The seed come from the woman.
You teach that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Teaching that for years.
No, Farrakhan is.
But that's what you get when you worship a man as God.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they worship, they say that not for hard Muhammad was sent by God. They say for Muhammad is the Most High God.
Yeah.
But the word says that he can't even dwell in a man's body.
Right.
Paraphrase. Right?
Right.
But they believe that. So if you believe that, what type of understanding are you gonna have? You're gonna have misunderstandings.
Right. So I'm going to show you Esau's military is contrary to the Most High. He has women in his military. He count his military. He count the woman in his military as his general number of who's in his military, which is really opposition is really wicked. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because that was totally against the Most High for a woman to be in the military of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he's specifically saying the sum of all the males, the fathers, and the males in the family was counted. 20 years old and upward.
Salaki, and Farrar died, right? That means that.
Yeah, Farrar died, but I guess he didn't die. So he just left and went back to his throne, But he was a man walking earth. None of it makes sense at all, And so you mean to tell me the creator itself came, raised up about 2% black people, because there ain't even really a large percentage that's actually following. It seems like it because we live in the we live in the beehive of Islam, Philly area. So to us, it seems like, oh yeah, a lot of black people, is in Islam, but really it's not. We just in the hotbed.
Yeah.
The epicenter.
Philly,
Yeah.
New Jersey, New York.
Yeah, this area.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
This area.
In Chicago.
You can say Chicago.
Yeah. But even them areas,
Detroit, maybe. And that's about it.
Yeah.
That's about it.
But when you think of it though, you really think of Philly. You think of a bunch of cats with beards and Sunnis and here, that being the Philly, the prototypical Phillyite, right? Phillyite, yeah. Philadelphia.
The data speaks that on average 5,000 to 7,000 so-called Christians that are over there in Nigeria and in Sudan that are suffering wars and attacks from spirituality. Those are Muslims killing black folk, which most of them are Israelites.
Yeah.
So the highest rate of killings against Israelites are still coming out of the Muslim bloc.
Yeah. And then you can always go back to the caliphates, and the slavery the Muslim world put on Jake.
Still
Put it on. So you go back to that.
Yeah, so they call it, so the Most High came and raised up about 2% of black people and left them in the ghettos and slums. But I don't know. It's just crazy because you just gotta watch some of the videos that these cats like your RZA, what's his name? RZA Islam. It was the one that Tazariot battled recently. He dresses like a bellhop. Yeah, he does. He's got a bellhop uniform, that little square hat, and says FOI real big on the front.
I don't know.
With the bow tie.
You talking about the guy from down Texas?
I forget his name, but nah, it's a different one. He might be one, but I'm thinking of somebody else. I forget his name because it ain't,
Ben X.
That ain't it either. But they'll really go into the whole story in detail, and just none of it makes sense. Like you believe that
they're saying that the woman carried. You see,
that's what he said. So he said,
if you go back to the old tapes, he's preaching that.
Okay.
Salaki, and we talk about the Arab Muslims here today, that they're the benefactors of our curses in Deuteronomy 28:15. You shall go to your enemy in all once. You want a can of soup anymore, you gotta go to them for $4 when you ground. Back in the day, you get it for 15 cents, right? Everything that you want, you go to them.
Yeah.
They're part of the Confederacy in Psalms 83.
Yeah, that's a fact. We can go back.
The book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 3. From 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel, thou and Aaron shall number them by their armies. And with you there shall be a man of every tribe, every one head of the house of his fathers. And these are the names of the men that shall stand with you. Of the tribe of Reuben, Elazar, the son of Shidear, of Simeon, Shalumiel, the son of Zerishadai, of Judah, Nashon, the son of Aminabad, of Issachar, Nathaniel, the son of Zuor, of Zebulun, Elah, the son of Halon, of the children of Joseph, of Ephraim, Elishama, the son of Amihud, of Manasseh, Gamaliel, the son of Pedahizar, of Benjamin, Abidan, the son of Gideoni, of Dan, Ahizur, the son of Ammishaddai, of Asher, Pagiel, the son of Akron, of Gad, Eliasaph, the son of Deuel, of Naphtali, Ahira, the son of Enoch. These were the renowned of the congregation princes of the tribes of their fathers, heads of thousands of Israel.
So all these cats, it says that they was the renowned of the congregation. These brothers was renowned. So anybody know what renowned means off top?
They were men of high stature.
High stature.
They were well known.
Well known.
They had good rapport.
Good rapport, exactly. And I got the definition, 1828 definition of renown, which you pretty much said it. First definition is famous, right? Renowned, famous. Then there's more. Celebrated for great and heroic achievements, or for distinguished qualities, or for grandeur, right? So these men were celebrated for great heroic achievements or distinguished qualities, right? So they was known to have what qualities? The qualities of the standard of the Most High, right? So these men was known for being blameless, right? That's how you become renowned, by being blameless, by having, go to Galatians
They were
5.
They were obedient.
Right, obedient.
And also, like you said, men of renown, in stature and in morals and principles. But also, as far as militarily, these men were excellent in war. That's why when you read about the 37 mighty men, you read about men like, you may not read about them, what they did in war, but they were men on a high level of being able to fight the enemy at a high level, almost like an angel. They were on that level. You know what I'm saying? So
like
men of renown, meaning on that level.
That's what the definition stated. Known for heroic achievements.
They were brave, heroic, man. Fight, fight down there 1,000 men at one time, and then take them down.
But then at the same time, not just of courage and strength in battle, and then at home niggas.
Right.
No, these was these was warlike men that still kept that standard of the Most High. What they had, what Galatians 5:22 lists off, they had the fruits of the Spirit. Somebody read that. Galatians 5:22.
I got it.
So they was known to have these qualities.
It's the book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law.
Right. So they had they was known to have these qualities.
Right.
And you know, it's important to bring out these facts because we see today in Israel, those that men of quote unquote renown in Israel today through Facebook or YouTube or, you know, various different platforms of debate, you know, people come off as being mighty and on a level, but at home they're really lacking love.
Right.
You know, we got the camps that's like, if you're not under us, you don't even have a chance of salvation. Where's the love in that? Right?
Against the wind.
You got cats that if you disagree and have different opinions or breakdowns on scripture,
You stupid.
you stupid.
You dumb.
You a nigga. And it goes into arguing and emotional,
Right.
you know, emotions get involved. And where's the temperance in that?
Right. Temperament. Yeah.
Right? Cats, they people get a large following and get known and become famous, and all the traits of their flesh come out.
Right.
They get lifted up with pride. These men, though, even being famous and being mighty men, they kept the standard. They was exemplified the
Right.
love, the joy, the peace, long suffering. You know, they was like other Moseses.
Right.
You know, Moses is sitting there dealing with
Right.
niggas really. And the Most High's even like, look, I'm ready to get rid of these cats. I'm gonna make a whole nation of you. And Moses is like, nah, take me out of the book then. So he was long suffering, and he had the love of the people of his people, and he had the faith and meekness and temperance, and that's the same thing, huh?
Patience.
Patience. And that's the same thing that these men of renown had. That's why they were lifted up to be heads of these tribes and these families, to lead thousands of men into you know. And if we go back, drop down, this is what they didn't have, 19 to 21. And then we'll go back. So this is what, same chapter. This is what these men weren't known for, is the works of the flesh, which are
The book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery.
So I've heard of, not calling out any names, but we probably all have heard it in this room, of like men that lead congregations are well known in Israel today, and they've been caught up in adultery, sleeping with other men's wives that they know would belong to that man. But for whatever reason, like the lust, their own lust, they find a way to make it okay. They excuse it in their mind, and like as if the Most High ain't watching, and to cross that line, right? And I've heard it a lot. I think you heard it a lot.
Yeah.
You heard it a lot. You heard it a lot. It's laughable because it's not funny, but it is, because like we see you and we hear about these things, but it's people that see to those that's new or weak, not weak, novices in the understanding. They still fall for the, you know, how you look. You lead the congregation. You got views on top of views, and your YouTube is known, and you got a camp in every city, from, you know, one little your home in New York or wherever you're at, Atlanta, and you got all these camps following you, want to be a part of your camp. And people get caught up in that, and they fall for the, you know, the bright lights of it all, right?
Can I read one?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Whatever you got.
2 Timothy 2, actually 2 Timothy 2 and 1, and it's really down to 5, but you know, we got time to read all that. But
We can read whatever you want. I said it wasn't a lot to go into, but
Okay,
if we do, we do.
we do. Okay.
Yeah.
Go by the Spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said Second
2
Timothy.
Timothy 2, because it goes right into if you strive for masteries, you got to strive. You're not crowned except you strive lawfully.
Right.
See?
Right.
So the Most High has given those men a renowned position. They have to strive lawfully. Otherwise, if you're not going to do it lawfully, then the Most High, they're going to give you that fame in that position to be an officer or whatever in the military, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it says,
I'll read.
2 and 1.
2 and 1. So 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1.
Yeah.
Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Hamashiach Yahushua.
So be strong in the grace, and Yahushua has given us grace. Be strong in Yahushua. So even those men had to be strong in the Most High, in Yahushua. They had to be strong. In other words, they had to be obedient and do what the Most High asked them to do. Go ahead, Up.
And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also.
Right. See, so these men were faithful men. So Paul is saying, in the book of Timothy, Paul is saying, what you've seen me do, meaning the righteousness, right? Being upright, being caring, nurturing, caring for our people, being a burden, bearing your brother's burden if need be. So all those things, being moral, being principled, having the values of righteousness in the Most High. And so those men back then had the same values because the Most High wouldn't have gave them that position. Okay, go ahead, Doc.
Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Hamashiach.
Can we, notice how the scripture is using the word soldier? Because this spiritual battle, you have to be what? You have to be like hard, like a soldier.
Mm-hmm.
See? And these men back then were actual soldiers, and they were hard, but they still, like you said, their home life, they had to still battle what they had to battle, but they did it in righteousness.
And you think about it, they were strong.
They were strong. Yeah.
Like strong, like coming straight out, like cats when they come straight out of 1860, 63.
Yeah,
cats were strong.
They were strong. They were taller, bigger, stronger, faster, but still they were upright in their home life and with their families and everything. You had to be. All right. Okay, go ahead, Doc.
No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier.
Right. See, so you're warring, and of course you're entangling yourself with the affairs of this life, right? But you have to please the Most High. So you can't just be like a weakling. You got to be spiritually strong to deal with the affairs of this life. This world is is Satan bound. Whatever out there in the world, the Most High said, love not the world. Why? Because Satan runs it. Any man that loves the world is not the love of the Most High is not in him. So you have to be strong spiritually, but it's a war. It's a battle. See? Those men had the same fight back then too. They had the same fight. Abraham had that fight. Isaac had that fight, and Jacob had that fight. Moses had that fight. Moses had it. Joshua had. They all had that fight, man. See, and look at what's the one that didn't want to was eaten by the whale? What's his name? Jonah. Yeah, Jonah had that fight, and he didn't want to go and prophesy. Moses said nope. So imagine if you said, no, Moses, I'm not going to use my talent to prophesy and do what you say do. What do you think the Moses is going to do? He's going to put you in a situation, and you're going to have to. Jeremiah tried to get out of it. Moses tried to get out of it. They all tried to get out of it. A lot of prophets tried to get out of it. Even King Saul tried to get out of it. King Saul was a prophet, huh? You heard about King Saul? He was a top prophet, huh? King Saul was a speaker, man. He was out there speaking.
He lost it.
And lost all that spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? King, he was a prophet first, then became king, a warrior. They say King Saul was tall and handsome, man. Tall. Above everybody, tall and handsome, renowned. He lost it all. His jealousy of David. And but first he lost it because why? He goes disobedience with the Most High. That's how you lose it. So
You're gonna kill Agag.
huh?
You kill Agag.
Yeah, he didn't kill Agag. Right. He didn't cut off the king's head. So disobedience. But these men back here, they weren't disobedient. For the Most High to give them that position, they were disobedient. That's why they're written down in history. You read about it. And they were renowned. I mean, you read about Samson, what he did, he was really renowned, right? But these men were on that level like Samson. They were on that level, huh? You just don't read exactly what they did. but they were on that level. They can take out 600, 800 men at a time. They were on that level. They were renowned. But again, the Most High used like Samson as an example, because what did Samson do?
Fell to women.
He fell off. He gave up to the woman, you know.
The other nations.
Yeah, to the other nations, right? And so he lost it. So that's why the Most High used Samson as an example. But you can't lose it. You got to stay faithful with the Most High. See? And these men, I would say, these men were on that level. And this we read the last one,
verse 5. And if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully.
He got to strive lawfully. So, like you were giving an example of brothers today in these camps today, they're not striving lawfully. It's not lawful. Yeah, they may be renowned brothers. They can speak well, they can prophesy, they go into history, they can read scriptures, break down scriptures, but they're striving lawfully. They're mistreating brothers, abusing brothers, see, taking advantage of the congregation. You understand what I'm saying? Giving themselves titles and so on and so forth. You know the deal. And that's not what the Most High want. Many are called, few are chosen. He that hath, it shall be taken what he had. See? Because the Most High can take that spirit and give to another man who's striving lawfully. See the difference? And I've seen spirits, renowned spirits be taken from brothers. Next thing you know, they're on the corner somewhere eating out of garbage can. I've seen that. They're on the corner eating out of garbage cans or walking around talking about some doctrine, you know what I'm saying? And just off. The spirit's not in them no more. It's out. It's gone. They're still alive, but the spirit's not in them no more. I've seen it happen too, man. So that can happen. That's a spiritual thing.
And you think about it, then they alive and then they pass away. And men of renown pass away and like the elder Arya, right? He passed away, right? Yeah. And then there was a rumor that he didn't pass away. Yeah. And then he did pass away.
Yeah. That was a rumor.
But like you would think the way his name is so known and how it's known, the history of One West and camps today, how it all goes back to the original school, right? You would think that an elder like that passes away, that wherever he was buried, it would be filled with Israelites. No matter what camp, whether you agree with doctrine or not. No matter what. You would think that camps from all over would be this elder's funeral. But due to not making it and enduring to the end and staying in the really being faithful to the Lord and not falling to your own, getting lifted up in your own pride and lust, you can end up and not even having like all your fruits basically come back to see you off. Which in the scriptures
that's his name. These young brothers are disrespecting his name. Okay, disrespect to your name. Right. So you got to strive lawfully. You're right.
And I think Proverbs 22:1, real quick, and you keep that. I'll just go there. Yeah. And just let you know, Proverbs 22:1. And this is what you lose when you don't keep the faith and you don't, you run the sprint instead of a marathon. Right. Like you're supposed to remember this race isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. It's a long race ahead. And you got to watch yourself and make sure that you is faithful and being obedient through our whole walk. Because it said, Proverbs 22:1 says a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, there you go. And love and favor rather than silver and gold. But men fall to that love of silver and gold all the time, and you start calling yourself the comforter, or you start to get lifted up, and you think that you can just fulfill all the lusts of your flesh because your bank account's on 6 figures, and everybody knows you be this great teacher. Well, but you fall off and your name becomes tarnished. But you're supposed to be striving for heaven, the treasures in heaven, which gives you a good name, which is better than the gold and silver. Exactly. That's something. That's amazing. And you being the elder you are and has been in this thing as long as you have, you've seen it even more than us.
Yeah.
Brothers eating out of trash now, but was once mighty
Yeah.
in the spirit and teaching, and now you eating out of trash. That's a you know that.
It's dishonorable.
But yeah, but the Most High bring you to that due to what? Our own actions. And our own being 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah.
Or really not about our people, but about ourselves,
Right.
really. It's that selfish spirit. But these men was men of renown. They had the fruits of the spirit. They was known for it. And they what they didn't have is these works of the flesh, which what we're reading in Galatians 5. You can go ahead and pick that back up.
Fornication.
So fornication. So 5:19, fornication.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not always, about men this known and in the truth and whatnot, this getting with other men's women. You also got men this using the multiple wife thing really as a way to be a whoremonger. Like to disguise that I'm really just trying to bang different women, and I'm gonna call it wives because scriptures say that I can have multiple wives. So yeah, I'm just getting multiple wives. But you've had 10 multiple wives, and they're all 10 are ex-wives. So you ain't doing something right. You got 10 multiple wives, but they all ex-wives now. So you got it right, all 10? You might just be knocking them off and disguising it as multiple wives. Go ahead.
Uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry.
And uncleanness, lasciviousness can go into the fornication. Lasciviousness is what?
Living lavish.
Living lavish.
Like caviar.
Is that what lascivious? I thought it dealt with lust. So okay.
It's extreme lust. Yes,
extreme lust. So it also goes into living lavish. Well, you see that though.
Yes, concupiscence and lasciviousness are like one and the same. Lust.
Yeah, and you can see that. Cats that you get arms and
lust extravagance.
Yeah, right. Sometimes brothers look like instead you're in the truth, but you living like a Christian pastor. Like how is that?
Yeah.
How are you getting these arms and you use them for yourself, but you're down in the Christian church, but doing the same thing, right? So these men were renowned for not having these traits. Marvin Sapp.
Yeah.
Or
Marvin Winen.
And catching the truth. It's on YouTube videos showing their bank accounts with 6 figures, and it's like you don't got a job, and you're saying it ain't from the congregation, but what's it from? What you doing? Like,
where'd you get it?
You sell shirts and stuff, but ain't nobody really buying shirts like that in Israel.
No,
not 6 figures.
No.
Yeah, like we all sell shirts, right?
Yeah.
To have that much bank off of selling shirts, you cats gonna be you selling like CDs.
Mm-hmm.
Your shirt's going out like a hot CD in the 90s.
Yeah.
Right. It's just you see these things and okay, it's something off, and then it really comes out like now you're back in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So we know what it really was, and that's what you see, and that's not what these men were. Go ahead, back to Galatians.
Witchcraft, hatred, variance.
Hatred, like you hate your brother. Mm-hmm. Nobody's in the truth if they're not with you. That's hateful.
Yeah.
That's hateful as hell.
And that's witchcraft. He didn't mention witchcraft. That's witchcraft too.
Right. That's definitely witchcraft.
Using witchcraft. They're using psychiatry, psychological, to lure brothers in, take advantage of them. That's witchcraft, right? Yeah, that's witchcraft. Some brothers are on that level, right? And I know you mentioned Comforter. You heard some things about him. He going to witchcraft,
and it's easy to take advantage because you're using the whole thing. You're fishing people out of the world, so people don't. When you come in, you don't know this Bible. 90% haven't even ever opened it, but you giving off that.
Right.
You bringing out things that catches them. Like, oh, now I'm somebody, not just a black,
Right.
African American, and you find the identity, but then you're also throwing in stuff like, yeah, so now that you came in here, guess what? We was the originators.
Right.
And just so you know, before you go out in the world with this information, you know, it's camps out there that they got mad and left. Right. They got mad and left. And they really wicked. And then they're going to tell you different stuff. That's because they only left because they wanted to change things. And you not knowing an Israelite from a can of paint yesterday, you like, you're going to go for it. And then you're walking up the camps and you like, how come y'all ain't in ISUPK and blah, blah, blah. Did you know that they were the original? And you wasn't there. So you wasn't there, and the person that told you that wasn't there. But you saying it though.
So what is that? What would you consider that?
I'd call that witchcraft.
I would consider that witchcraft too.
Yeah.
You running spells on people.
Yeah.
A psychological thing.
Deception. Over and over
Yeah.
Repetition.
I was telling like camp started out of here.
Yeah. Exactly.
Camps.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You go back to Exodus.
Yeah.
And then now you can also, and then you throw in the like different little TV segments. Look, we was interviewed by these people. Look, people know about us. And look, we go back to 1969, but wasn't a soul in there around in 1969.
How about that?
Dude, I seen you actually bring up everything you said in the recent video. I just saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude just said, I just watched before we came here. Verbatim. He said everything you just said in the video.
Okay.
Verbatim.
It's crazy.
Okay. Yeah. It's true.
So
you know, this is what some of these camps are doing. Some of these brothers are doing, man.
That's definitely what.
Are they really with the Most High? You know, they're not with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? They know the Israelites and everything, but the Most High has said, mark them. And these are brothers that cause division. He said, mark them cause division. That's division.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the Pharisees, which prevent you from receiving the kingdom of heaven.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They gatekeepers.
They're gatekeepers, you know, for Satan. You know what I'm saying? They're in the truth, but they're gatekeepers for Satan. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, there's, you know, Satan's thing is to infiltrate the truth, infiltrate camps and brothers, you know what I'm saying? And Israelite congregations to infiltrate. And that's what's happening. Because as long as the hatred and jealousy and envy and all that is maintained amongst us, Satan can infiltrate. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we have to start. If you're going to start a camp, it has to be, like you said, the true love, true nurturing, true caring, true charity. You know what I'm saying? And you can't want to misuse and abuse a congregation. See? And Satan has a hard time getting through that. You know what I'm saying? That vibration has a hard time getting through that. And then you can grow. But it's with Israel, man, we're our own worst enemies. We're our own worst enemies. It's not Esau, it's us. Yeah, it's always been us. Like you said, it's always been us. You know, it's not the Gentile nations, it's us. See? And when we're gonna go against oppose the Most High's commandments and so forth, then this is what's gonna happen. See? So you're right, man.
Go back.
Variance, emulation.
Variance. What was that definition?
Variance is like contention.
Or setting off their division.
Yeah.
Setting it off. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which goes in, everything.
Emulation is jealousy.
Talking about.
Yep.
Emulation is jealousy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So your leaders ain't gonna have this. Like you got somebody that you following and you look up to like this is a leader. He's gonna lead. He's a great leader. He's gonna direct us in the right path. But he's causing variance. Right. That right there, like okay, now I know you're not such a good leader.
No.
Because if other people are doing something else, the scripture says when the apostles came to Christ was like they baptizing in your name and we told them to stop. And he said, not let them be, because if they're not against us, they're for us. So you can be separate, but then still let the others be. Like if they got their own thing, we got our thing, then teach your people and let them teach theirs. Because if the Most High really wants them to come under you, guess what? They'll come. And that's one of the problems that cats have is they think that the people coming in is of us. But the people that's coming in is not of us. The Most High coming into the truth, period. Not even coming into our camp. People coming into the truth isn't of me. It's not of the elder. It's not of Johanna. It's not of Nate is not WFI is not of anybody
Right.
that's a man. It's of the Most High. The scriptures say that anybody that comes into Christ, they can't come in unless the Father had brought them in. Paraphrasing, the
But
Father
the
had.
men that's doing that, they seeing as they cross a lake and sea to turn man proselyte, and instead they making them 10 times the child of heaven.
Right.
They are,
Right. And that's the fact. And that's because they think it's them. It's us. So you gotta come under me. They got it wrong, and you're coming in truth because you come under me. That's already prideful right there. And it's variance. It's variance because you're sowing that division.
Yeah.
And it's that witchcraft because you're using the knowledge you have to deceive people that don't have a speck of that knowledge yet. And since you're the one teaching them, you're going to throw in the heresies with the truth.
Right.
And they looking at you, they see the followers you got and the level you're on, and they're blinded by that.
Right.
And you're taking advantage of the fact,
Taking
you know they're going to be blinded by
Right.
that. Especially you going in prisons and you pulling people out. So now you were pulling people out of prison. They already look at you on a level because nobody comes to see me in prison. Right? Most people's family members don't come visit them in prison. But this camp has a prison program, and a lot of these cats come out of prison, and it's already like, I'm messing with you because you came and seen me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was in hell. I was in the dungeon, and you actually came and gave me water.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm
Right.
loyal to you.
Right.
But you know that you're taking advantage of that. And you're throwing in
That's
the,
what
yeah,
they're
you
doing,
know,
bro.
when you come out, you're going to see other camps. You better not go off to them because this is the home. You better not go that
Right,
way.
you
You
can't.
know, they don't have a chance. You're going to be right with them outside the
You're
gate.
not gonna be in the kingdom.
Yeah, you letting these cats know that from the jump. You feeding them. You feeding that thought in their mind from the beginning.
So they actually being liars.
Yeah,
So that's a commandment that they're breaking.
yeah.
They brainwashed though. They don't really believe that they're lying.
They don't because it all because the ones that's up now, they started off from that spot being lied to. They've been taken by the witchcraft. Now they really think it's the truth, and they're like, hey, you know, like I'm Captain such and such, or Officer such and such of the home of the truth, right? And I'm 36 years old. But I'm going to tell you, you know, we go back to 1969, 1 West Harlem, New York.
120.
And I ain't never been out of past Camden, New Jersey. But I'm talking about 1969 Harlem, New York. We the
Right.
originators. I'm 36
Right.
years old.
Right.
And don't make no sense
Doesn't make no sense.
at all. And and nobody in the camp, no matter the highest level, was in the
No, they don't know
camp
anything.
in 1969.
Not even the ones at the highest.
Like Barack, you wasn't there in 69 either,
Hell
right?
no.
Barack, you wasn't even there in
I
69.
came in 84.
84. Cats talking about 1969 and we the home.
You ever hear me talk about 1969? No, I can only tell you what they told me. And that's, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Brothers are saying, yeah,
Right.
yeah, that was it. Right.
So we passing down facts, quote, air quotes,
Yeah.
from 1969. But everybody knows about the test they did with whisper something in your neighbor's ear and it goes around the room.
Yeah.
And in this same room, the same day, you're going to get a whole different message. But yeah, 1969, Home of the Truth, we the original, traveled all the way up till the day.
Yeah.
And ain't a soul that was there in that body,
No.
but it's the truth.
Mm.
Man. And another thing that they use is that you can see us in Malcolm X movie. We across the street from the Muslims. If you look in that movie, you'll see us across there.
They're saying that?
Yeah. They've been saying that for a few years.
Well, I just want to read that it says in John 10 and 8. You can read from the 3rd verse to the 8th, but it may take up too much time.
John 10:8.
Yeah. But this is what Yahushua said. He said, all that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. See, so before Yahushua, he's talking about thieves and robbers that came before him. He's talking about the brothers, some of the brothers of today too. The ones that are running camps, running Israelite schools, said, hey, you're nothing but a thief and a robber.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Money change.
I think
Yeah,
we
money
should start
changers.
it
That's
through.
all they are. You're a thief and a robber. He said, my sheep hear my voice. And like he was saying, the sheep are going to come in. That's the truth. So the sheep are going to come in. But these thieves and robbers do what? Yeah, they robbing them. They robbing them from the Most High. You know what I'm saying? They're robbing the spirit out of them from the Most High and make them more
10 times the child.
10 times the child than the leader is. What a shame, huh? You know what I'm saying? And you got whole camps like that. Whole camps. Because they teach it, because they got that old narcissistic attitude. It's me, the ego, you know what I'm saying? I'm this, and my position is this, and I'm a general of 20,000, and you can't run two men. You can't run your household. How are you a general of 20,000? See, the men of renown were able to run their household. Also, they were able to run camps, and they were men able to run their household also. So how you gonna say you got 10 wives? You can't run them. Now they're ex-wives, but now you somebody over a camp of 20. You're a general of 20,000 men. No, it's all madness, huh? It's witchcraft. So Yahweh Shai ain't recognize you say you're a general of 10,000 men. He don't recognize that. That's just in the world. You saying that. You know what I'm saying? So you can uphold a position in those young men's mind, and you can be over them. And be lords over them, and run them and rule them. That's why I said, be careful how you deal with the sheep. Be careful. And the Most High said, I'll take care of my sheep. And the Most High will protect them. That's why some brothers lose their camps. Notice that they lose those camps. Or those camps have splits. The splits are for because the Most High said, you ain't running that camp, right? He did it with One West. Didn't he split One West?
Mm-hmm.
Split it down, right down the middle. You know what I'm saying? Right down the middle.
Same thing with one body.
Yeah, one body.
Look how many camps down there.
Yeah. Now, I can name them. Many camps had splits upon splits upon splits. Many of them. Well, because why? There's nothing but thieves and robbers run those camps out.
Yeah.
The thieves and robbers. He's talking to Israel here. He ain't talking to the world. It's us he's talking to. Right? He's always talking to us first. Yeah. Then it says, I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. But he said, but the leaders have to be of Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is these leaders are now, they're thieves and robbers. They're not of Yahweh Shai. See? So this is why you have what you have. Yahweh Shai said, look, when he come, he said they're going to be 5 in one house, 3 against 2, 3 against 2, 2 against 3. He said, I'm the one causing the division. Why? Because you're a thief and a robber. You're using the congregation. You're robbing them. You're misusing them, taking advantage of them. You know what I'm saying? And when it be lords, and the Lord said, we should not be like lords, like the Gentiles. You know what I'm saying? We should not be like them. You know what I'm saying? We got to serve the Most High in obedience. You know, that's why he was mad at Miriam and Aaron for trying to rise up against Moses. He said, no, struck Miriam with leprosy. You know what I'm saying? To Aaron, what the hell are you doing? I chose this man. If he got an Ethiopian wife, okay, let him have it. Who are you to tell him you can't have that? Plus, he had the woman before he came and became a servant of Moses anyway. Right? So who are you? And so Miriam, being a Negro woman, she's gonna run her mouth. And the only one that saved her from the leprosy was Moses. He cried to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be a man obedient to the Most High for the sheep to come in and find pasture and pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, the Most High said, you a thief and a robber. About that, you robbing the congregation of the Most High. That makes the Most High angry, huh? This thing is somebody come in your house and rob your sons and daughters from you, and you're the father. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. After you didn't built them up, you know what I'm saying? And then here comes somebody else and saying, well, you ain't gonna, I'll run them now. You know what I'm saying? The Most High don't like that, huh? You know what I'm saying? So that's why you be careful how you deal with Israel, how you deal with brothers and sisters in these last days. Because the Most High, that goes along with the Most High, how you deal with your brother. That's why I say there's faith, hope, and charity, but above all, there's charity. How you deal with your brother. You know what I'm saying? The conduct, how you deal with your brother. That's
which charity means goodwill.
Goodwill, yeah. It's not just giving, it's just goodwill.
And that's why, like, when he says, Paul said, if I give do all these things, and one of them is give alms, but I have not charity, it's nothing. Because you think of alms as being charitable, but you can give alms and really just do it because you think there's a reward, not because you really want to do goodwill. You can, you can do like the same way you can bring an offering to the temple, but it's not really willingly.
Spirit,
you know, it's really
not with a willing mind.
Not with a willing mind. So you lack that charity. So when you give alms, it has to be with
you do it
goodwill.
You do it grudgingly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give it.
You have to actually care about the people that you're giving to.
Yeah.
Like if you're out feeding the people, you have to actually care. Don't just be out there so that you can mark it on a list. I gave. Matter of fact, that was the problem with the guy that went to Yahushua and said, I did all those things.
Yeah.
Because he listed off the commandments. Said, I did all those things. You was doing it as a list. You was doing it as a checkoff list. And that's why he called you out on it by saying, okay, now go sell everything.
Yeah.
It wasn't really an expectation to go sell everything you have, but it was to show that you won't do it. Yeah. And now you're going to sorrow because, oh, wait a minute. Well, I got to do that and then follow you.
Right.
Because your heart was never really in it. It was just really a checklist. Right. Yeah, I gave food.
And that's why he gave the example of the woman who had the penny. So she gave all her living. So, I mean, she would give willingly because she gave everything she had. But the rich man, no, he did it.
Couldn't go away from it.
Yeah, he did it begrudgingly. Like you said, it's a list. I did this, Most High said. And Most High said, no, you didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I know your spirit. He said, I form the heart of man within him. So he knows how you thinking, your attitude, without even saying the word. The Most High know what you think.
This country is a quote unquote Christian country.
Yeah.
But what just happened with the shutdown what just happened shows that it's really not a Christian country because there's no charity.
No.
And I'm going to show you how it was brought out. The thought of food stamps being cut off for 1 month caused such worry with people.
Panic. Yeah.
But why were they panicking? They were panicking because you're panicking because you think there's not going to be a replacement because there's no charity.
Right.
That fear or uneasiness comes from the knowledge that that I don't live in a place where most people are charitable. Nobody here really cares about me or the next. Everybody in America cares for themselves. But it's a Christian country, which if you're a Christian, you're supposed to have charity. But in the spirit, that shows that it's really not. And people know it's not. Because if you thought that you actually lived in a Christian country, you wouldn't worry about stamps getting cut because we charitable. I'm going to be able to go to my neighbor and eat.
Right. Exactly.
Everybody on my block don't have food stamps. Somebody's going to help me out. But that's not so. That's why you get uneasy about it, because that's not so. You think...
I say they thought it was only going to affect us, but they didn't realize that it's majority of people that's on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They not having to make the best out of it. You know what I mean? And we done made meals out of nothing, so they grabbing their heads, what gonna do, panicking, running the store, snatching and grabbing and stuff. It's just crazy stuff going on. They wasn't used to it.
And then it revealed who was getting SNAP and who was getting food stamps. I mean, you got Edomites with $4,000 in SNAP. It revealed a whole lot.
We don't even get half of that.
We don't get not even half.
And we know some people get that. They got a lot of kids though.
We only 20%.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other 80 is Esau.
Yeah. So it revealed all that. And I think now they're saying they're going to cut back all of that now. Now you got to work for it now.
They're going to want single mothers to work a certain amount of hours.
Yeah.
They're going to have to work around between 25 to 30 hours.
Yeah.
But really, it ain't a
Where
lot.
the jobs at?
Hey.
Yeah.
Where the jobs at?
To the robots.
Hey. Yeah.
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 To AI.
You want them to do something, and if we don't do it, that gives you license to go ahead and cut us off.
There you go.
It's no job.
You gotta do the Most High said. You gotta bring back the family structure. That's what it is. That's the importance of it.
See, the Most High said, we gonna eat, but they shall not eat. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be taken care of. They're not gonna be taken care of. So we gotta have that faith. Okay, so Esau and Most High got him doing it. Esau's cutting off the food stamps. So now where's your faith at?
Mhm.
The Most High, he can direct you to the path of where to get some food at, but our people, they don't have no faith. Like he said, they went in a panic. You know what I'm saying? Our people were in a panic too, and because your lazy behind was on food stamps, you know, for 20 years, and you didn't want to get out there and get a job like everybody else. See, and then now here they talking about cutting it off. They want to cut it off. They know they can't cut it off totally because it'll be a total panic. And Esau's not necessarily ready for that yet. You know what I'm saying? Even though he got the ICE agents out there and the military out there now, but it's gonna come to that. They're gonna cut it completely off.
And it would hit the economy.
Yeah.
Because like that's why they gave the stimulus check.
Yeah.
Because we need the money coming into the stores to keep the economy going. And the stimulus,
it wasn't about charity.
It's your own tax money that we're giving back to you.
Yeah.
Then we know you're just gonna come and spend it, so you're gonna keep our
and what is $2,000? What is $2,000? You spend that in an hour.
I thought that was a lie. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
They working on it.
They're working on it.
Yeah, well,
But I mean, what is that?
Yeah, like it ain't happening.
Right.
Yeah, it ain't.
Remember when Donald Trump went out office last
I
time?
remember that. Yeah.
He was supposed to give us another $1,500.
Right. I remember that.
You really on that.
But I think they will because of the fact that I think that I know, me too, but I believe it because the fact of the matter is going to go right back to them.
Yeah,
like remember,
like I got to pay for the tariffs because China not going to pay for them tariffs. They're going to cause an increase in the goods price to make you pay for the tariffs.
Yeah.
They're going to put it right on the back of the poor. That's who's going to pay for it. And once again, it's the rich staying rich and the poor staying poor. You got to realize the rich determine how much the dollar is really worth. They talk about getting rid of the penny altogether.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're going to determine what your dollar is worth, and then your dollar worth a dime to them, and it don't even matter because they make the money or determine what the money's worth.
Right.
Well, the last stimulus that we got, you know how they got paid back, right?
No, how? Go ahead.
Remember when gas went up super high?
Oh, yeah.
That's how they got it back, and they kept it that way for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this should be different according to what Trump is doing because it's from the tariffs. So the stimulus before, it wasn't no back, you know what I'm saying, no backup.
Well, I thought it was from the Doge.
He said from tariffs.
The new ones he's saying is coming from the tariffs.
Yeah, it's all tariffs though. You know what I'm saying? And it cuts.
Remember the Doge when they had Elon Musk over there, and they got he investigated and he brought out a lot though. He had seen people on Social Security supposed to be dead. Still receiving Social Security. So they said they got trillions from that. Trillions from that Doge investigation. The wasteful spending and so forth.
But he said the tariffs so far contributed up to like 1.9 billion. Like it's a lot of money. It's somewhere.
You mean 1.9 trillion?
No, billion, I think. I don't know. I'm not.
1.9 billion ain't that much.
I got to look.
When you talk about,
but I seen some numbers
on the open market and the economy, 1.9 billion in tariff. That ain't that.
I don't know what it was exactly.
Yeah,
but it's up there. Trump
in line for 9 years straight. I don't believe nothing.
No. Until you see it, right? Until you see it.
I don't care.
I can't believe anybody either. I'm trying
y'all can have all the comments and conversations. I don't believe nothing.
Can't.
Mm-hmm.
They got an agenda behind everything.
Yeah, the agenda behind
it. Like I said, they already going to use it. It might be coming from the tariff, but they going to use it to go right back to the tariff.
Right back.
Because China is not going to pay those tariffs without taxing people more for what's coming in. We are the biggest importers of them. You know what I mean? And then they taking all the minerals out of Africa and everything too.
Yeah.
That's why Trump trying to go over there in Nigeria, trying to concern Christians getting killed over here, Muslims.
They've been getting killed over there.
I'm trying to go over there for oil and the minerals.
Trying wet his beak, huh?
They try to make sure that you got that new iPhone that's gonna come out. We're gonna go in the Congo, take that coltan and all that stuff. That's what they trying to do.
Rare earth minerals.
And also in Venezuela. I mean, they got their military ships right off the coast of Venezuela. They're training. I think they're gonna go in there. Venezuela got the largest oil fields in the earth.
Yeah, they try
that's the lie about the drugs.
That's the lie. Yeah,
that's why the lie drug and all that is created. That's a lie.
Yeah, that's a lie.
The drugs come from Colombia.
The same game.
Most of the drugs and coke come from Colombia, not Venezuela. They're playing the same game they did with Iraq.
Yeah, same game.
Everything they do is the same repeat. You know what's sad about it? People here sort of keep falling for it.
Yeah, when they took over Iraq, They say Iraq is not even half of what Venezuela got. The oil fields in Iraq are not even half of what Venezuela got. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to take over them oil fields to try to set themselves up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's always about that.
Yeah, it's always about it. Oil, gold, and diamonds.
Drugs.
And drugs. Yeah. And that's what that war was in Israel. It was about oil, actually. Yeah, because they found oil off the coast of the Mediterranean. And they want to build another canal. They want to build a canal through the Gaza Strip. And they got oil right there off the coast of the Gaza Strip in the Mediterranean. They found oil, natural gas down there. So how are they going to get it if the people that got the strip sit right there? You know what I'm saying? And they want to build a canal because the Suez Canal is ran by Egypt, right?
Yeah.
It's ran by Egypt. So right, and so they want to knock them off of them being the sole ones where the money just go to them. Every time you go through the canal, you got to pay for it. Yeah. It all goes to Egypt. But Israel wasn't a part of that market. So they said, we're gonna kill all the Palestinians. We're gonna try it, right? They're gonna try to. And they killed a whole lot of them, huh? Yeah, that's genocide, huh?
That's what the war in Ukraine is over too.
Yeah,
because,
so
Russia wanted to ship oil on down to Germany.
Yeah.
And had to go through Ukraine.
Yeah.
That's why they was trying to take it back from the Soviet Union. The United States was like, nah. And the Khazarians, which is the Revelation 2:9-2, they was like, nah, you're not going there because that's their home base.
That's their home
So
base.
they tried to take it back, and then they try to control
Yeah.
the ship, control the oil that's going through there.
Yeah. You know something? Remember they blew up the pipeline going into Europe from Russia?
Yeah.
Russia has one of the largest oil fields and natural gas too. And they blew up, they were doing when Biden was in office. And everybody was like, who blew that up? Even Putin knew it. He said, yeah, y'all blew it up. But they blew it up. They probably repaired it by now, but that's to stop the oil flow and everything going to Europe. Because Russia supplies Europe with a lot of natural gas and oil. So that's what it's all about, huh? You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
All
go ahead,
where you was at Galatians 5 and 20.
Yeah, I know. Hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies.
Yeah, so you got your fighting and you always fighting and selfish ambition, dissension, division, all these things in Israel today. But we got to remember we supposed to be striving, and we all, even though everybody can't be the renowned like leaders of thousands, but everybody's supposed to be striving for that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be striving for that. We call it a nation of a nation of kings and priests.
Right.
So that's supposed to be everybody. That you might not be the leader of 1,000 in Israel, but you should be at the level to be able to be the leader of 1,000 of the other nations.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has to meet this criteria, this standard, and not have these traits.
Yeah.
The always fighting amongst each other, the division amongst the nation. Verse 21. Go ahead. Envyings, jealousies. You want the position that they got, he got. Right. I want the position that he got. I want my camp to be bigger than his. Mm-hmm. That's envyings. Murder. Go ahead. Drunkenness. Cats is can't finish class without
teaching.
Dropping back 3 glasses of scotch or Henny. I have my Henny in my two-step while I teach.
I'm gonna roll with them because they're drinking buddies. Mm-hmm.
Passing out flyers you got flyers in one hand and you got the bottle of Henny in the other hand. But I'm the example. I'm the example of the Most High's word here on earth.
Right.
To bring the people back to the Most High.
See, everybody can't be in the same position. It's based off talents. So it's not based off how much you know and all that. It's based off your talent, spiritual gifts. Mm-hmm. So everybody's spiritual gifts is different. That's why everybody can't be the same. Everybody can't be Moses. Remember, everybody wants Moses' seat. Mm-hmm. But it's given to Moses, not you. So you can't have Moses. You can't have Joshua's seat. You can't have Samuel's seat. You can't have the prophet's seat. You can't have the disciples' seat. Remember, it says the disciples are going to be given 12 seats in the kingdom of heaven, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. You can't have their seat.
You know,
So everybody wants somebody else's seat, and you can't have it. But worry about your own seat, meaning your own gift, your own talent. That's what we should be worried about. And if we all worry about our own talents and exemplify what the talents the Most High gave us and bring it all together, we'll be better off. Because the kingdom, because that is the kingdom. The kingdom is not your observation. The kingdom is what? It's within us. It's us. We're the kingdom. So we got to exemplify it. But I can only exemplify it according to what my talents are. And then, because I can't do what you can do, you can't do what I can do. I don't have your capacity of what your talent is. I can't do it. But I can do what the Most High gave me. So that's why when brothers say, we don't deal with that camp, they're shutting themselves off from the kingdom when they do that. When they say that, we don't have no dwelling with other camps. This is why, you hear, this is why we don't do other camps, but they're shutting themselves off from the kingdom. Because how you going to shut yourself off from your brother?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. Because, and the certain talents that are in each camp. There's certain talents in camps too. Well, that's your talent. But the other camp has another talent that you need. And you got to bring it together. And that camp has another talent that we need. You got to bring it together. And they're not looking at that. You know what I'm saying?
And if I'm striving for the kingdom, that's so good that man can't fathom, right?
Yeah.
Why do I care so much about what t-shirt you got on that if it ain't the same t-shirt I got?
Right.
I don't want you in that kingdom when the kingdom is way better than anything that we got here in America.
Right.
And then if you want that if you do want that level, all those names that you named off give you how to get to that level.
Right.
And there's one trait that I've seen in all those men you named off in the scriptures. None of them sought to be in that position.
Right. How about
like
that?
Peter didn't seek to be in his position. James didn't seek to be in his. Moses didn't seek to be in his. But they was elevated to that. And the thing they got all in common is they wasn't trying to have that. So if you do want that, your best bet is to keep the standard, humble yourself, not even strive for it, and be renowned, be unknown, be known for your righteousness, and your obedience and your works, and then you might get lifted up to that.
Even Jeremiah,
but the whole kingdom is all of us being lifted up above the nations.
Right.
So why do I care? Like, you're not with me today.
Right.
I don't want you to ever see the kingdom. There ain't gonna be no t-shirts with different camps in the kingdom.
Right. There's a camp that says they got 100% truth. I think y'all know what camp is that.
There's two of them though.
Yeah, there's two of them now. But how you gonna have 100%? And then you shutting yourself off from, you know what I'm saying? So you got 100% truth, and nobody else has nothing. All these camps, nobody got nothing. Nobody got no talent, no spiritual gifts, no nothing. They're out of their minds for saying that. So you shutting yourself off from the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying you're shutting yourself off. By shutting yourself off, you're shutting yourself off from the spirit of the Most High. Because the spirit of the Most High is even in the little children. His spirit's in them. You know what I'm saying? He's in the spirit of the Most High is in the woman too. He said, "Woman shall prophesy." So they have it too. So you can't shut yourself off like that, man. And when brothers think like that, that's what they're doing. Again, it's Israel is doing it. Esau's not doing it. It's us. We're shutting ourselves off from the kingdom because we are the kingdom. And you're shutting yourself off because what are you reading? The emulation, the envy, the jealousy, the hatred, the fightings, the murderings, the strife, and all that. That's how we shut ourselves off. Yeah.
And the scripture goes in that. So finish it off. It says what you just said. You are literally shutting yourself off from the kingdom. Go ahead.
Revelries and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh.
Right. So while I got the 100% truth, I missed this part.
I missed that part. Yeah.
How'd I miss that part? All my actions lead to not inheriting the kingdom.
Right.
Like this is a pretty important part. How did I miss that? But I got 100% truth.
Unbelievable.
It's crazy.
Pride, man. Our pride is what killing us.
These cats are even because this brother got caught doing homosexual acts with his woman. Use that as all camps, you see how we the home of the truth, because camps fall off into homosexuality. All camps ain't got nothing to do with that individual.
With the individual.
Even his camp don't. Like they not his camp.
You're
Like
right about that, yeah.
everybody in the camp, because he's doing like when the scripture says that the people are like their leader, it doesn't mean literally if your leader is a homo and nobody knows it, but it becomes found out, and that was your leader, all y'all is homos too.
No.
That's
ridiculous.
but that's 100% truth.
Yeah.
That's the teachings you have when you have 100% truth.
Right.
You know,
That's ridiculous.
you know that man got pegged by his woman. You know everybody in that camp getting pegged, right? And I don't need proof either. I don't need proof to charge Nate as being a homosexual.
Right.
But this,
Oh, God.
like this stuff leads to not making the
The
kingdom.
Most
So-
High take out the ones, or the righteous ones, or the ones he want in that particular camp. He take them out and then dissolve the camp. I've seen camps dissolve. I've seen camps had 50 congregation and gone, and you know what I'm saying, a year or two.
Yeah, I found this snippet. Hold on.
Yeah, you know, so that happens too.
Which one?
It was no one did.
Who was that?
Somebody you can get.
I seen that.
Not under Christ, under command, generally, honey.
Unbelievable. You hear that?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
But the second in command said
He
that.
says the only organization respected by God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you gonna make that claim, huh?
He said that Nate's a homosexual just basically because he said so. He
Yeah.
said, I don't need proof to call Nate a homosexual, but I thought that was what the law said, that you did have to have proof.
Right. You have to have proof.
I thought you had to have
You
proof.
can't make that claim unless you have proof. You know what I'm saying? And how's he gonna make that claim? How's he gonna say to the Most High? He's telling the Most High, you only respect our camp, and that's it. How you gonna tell the Most High that?
That's crazy.
But you know, they get that from their leader. You know what I'm saying? They get that from them. Because like you
I
said,
mean, he said we need to repent.
Yeah.
Wow. We need to repent from not being with them.
Yep, that's what he said. Under
Man.
command and generally,
Are you serious?
They've been
We need to repent from something that ain't a law
oh,
that says that.
Yeah, you ain't see the video? He told the one brothers in Cali went up to the camp, was asking about John being in the truth. And then he asked him, right. And no, this was at UPK, and it wasn't GMS, it was called Jacob's Lantern.
Oh, I saw one.
But then they asked him, if I'm not in ISUPK,
I see it.
do I have a chance for salvation?
wow.
He said, or can I get salvation? And the answer was to even have a chance.
Yeah.
His question was, if I'm not in UPK, can I get salvation? He said, to even have a chance of salvation, you have to be under this banner.
Wow, man.
Where does it say that?
That was
Well,
crazy.
that's
Where does it say that?
wicked is at its
That
finest.
was crazy.
He's saying we don't have a chance, huh?
And then if it is true, then it at least exemplified to me righteous judgment.
Right.
Righteous judgment isn't calling somebody and deeming them a homosexual without any proof, and then making the claim, I don't need proof. The Bible said you need proof, so is it the Bible that's the truth, or is you the truth? But them is them. These are the things. So men of renown, distinguished men, when you see these men that's renowned, yeah, they're famous, but they're famous for having all these traits of the flesh we read, and not the fruits of the spirit.
Now,
But then that can't be who I'm following. That
I
can't
was
be
gonna say
who's
this, look at what he's teaching now. He's telling that brother, you don't have a chance of salvation unless you join our camp. So now that brother thinks anywhere else out in the world, anywhere else he goes, that he doesn't have a chance of salvation except he joined that camp.
If he's a fool, I would hope
Yeah.
nobody believe
Well,
that.
so,
Nah, he didn't.
but young-minded man.
But young man, man.
Yeah.
As Gary said, or somebody just find out the knowledge.
Just find
Yeah.
out, you gonna believe it.
Because like you said, it is enticing to find out that you're an Israelite.
Right.
I mean, it is enticing after you've been downtrodden and then you've been told you ain't nothing but a nigga or a spick. It is enticing for somebody to tell you that you are the greatest people on planet Earth and that God chose you and that you the apple of his eye. You know what I mean? And then have that perspective. And then you be told these other guys it's fake and they not teaching you right and never being able to find anything else. You're gonna be indoctrinated. You're gonna be indoctrinated. That's just the nature of the beast. Even some people in Christianity, even after they find out this stuff, like they'll know the truth, but they're gonna stand 10 toes down in Christianity
anyway. Right.
Yeah, and then with the school system taking out a lot of even the history of, because the only history they did teach is nothing past slavery, colonialization. Now they starting to take that out of the school. A lot of young cats of like high school level don't even know about the history of colonialization and slavery.
No.
So then even you bring that out, you give them more identity because you're giving them knowledge of the history. And like you're going into, it's like you bring all these things to light, and now I'm seeing you as somebody who can lead me and who's giving me an identity.
Right.
And now I'm gonna fall for all the other stuff you bring out and become indoctrinated.
Right. That's why we always tell brothers, the new brothers that are coming, ask the Mosai what school or what camp to join. Because there's so many camps. It wasn't back like a One West was only school. That was pretty much only school that went out there and taught the Bible, faced the public, taught the Bible, taught the Old Testament and New Testament, was in Yahushua, taught Yahushua. See, the only other camps that were out there then, or Israelite schools, were Old Testament for the most part. One West was the only school. So it was like you had to come to, you know what I'm saying, One West. But now there's schools, Israelite camps everywhere. So now you got to ask the Yahushua, where do I go? Who do I trust? See, I always tell brothers that. At the summers, I tell brothers that, all the time. Or if a new brother comes to me, I say, well, where are you from? They may live in another state. I say, well, ask the Mosai. Because in certain states, there's like 3, 4, 5 different camps, and you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, you got, some of the other camps that you hear about that it's in every state. So you got to ask the Mosai, because the Mosai will direct you. And when we know it here, we have people coming from Philly sometimes, right? When they can go to them schools in Philly. But how come they come out here? Well, the Mosai showed me to come out here and to congregate with y'all. See? The Spirit is leading them to do that. And that's what brothers should deal with now, because you're going to be led astray. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be led into a school that's going to rob you. You got to sign a disclosure form. That, and all type of things. Next thing you know, your Passover is a couple $1,000s. You got to give them your check and your income tax check, and you got all that stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? We had one brother that told Brother Elder Zaquan, look, brother, the leader of the school don't want me to, talk to nobody. Don't tell him that I'm talking to you. Don't tell him that I give you my number. Don't tell him that. You know what I'm saying? So he was like that. And that was the question. No, don't worry about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So some of these leaders are just, like you said, bringing in, brothers from out in the world. And they say, it's almost like a cult type of deal, right? A cult type of deal. And you can't do that with the Most High chosen people, man.
Yeah, like you can't tell somebody not to weigh the balance.
Right.
And that's what it sounds like he was doing.
Yeah.
Don't go talking, you're new.
Yeah.
And don't go talking to nobody else, because you don't want him to weigh the balance.
Right.
That's something there. Like if you don't want me to go find out,
right,
you must know that I probably won't choose you then.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. So you're trying to stop me from even going to weigh the balance.
Weigh the balance. Yeah, sign disclosure form. You come in, you got to sign it. That means now you're bound. You're almost like signing a contract.
And you got to pay that 30% tax.
And you got to pay that. You got to do that. But if you said they don't have opportunity to go out to weigh the balance to see what's out there. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that more than likely they're going to see the truth, and they shouldn't be in that school. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And somebody might actually teach them read
This is
this.
the real thing.
Read this too. This is the this is the measuring stick. This is the where you measure what's true and not. Is this, and that's the thing about new people. They don't know this, and if you can distract them from this, distract them from going out, and other people teach. It's that witchcraft.
Yeah.
It's
what it
this
is.
deception.
Yeah.
That there's nothing more deceiving than that, because everything else you get to see what's best for you
Yeah.
in the world, right? Even Christianity got one up on you for that alone. In Christianity, you come into the church, the pastor ain't gonna say, "Don't go check out no other churches," because they ain't got the Christ.
Right.
They don't got the truth. Christians, the church don't even do that.
They don't even do that, right?
You can go check out this church, that church, and pick the one that fits you, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you about it.
Right.
Nobody's gonna tell you, yeah, well, you ain't in Christ no more, brother. You went to that church down the block.
You're right. Come on, Doc. Because even when we have the summits, we get new people all the time that just come in the truth, come to the summits. They just come to the summits. And they're from different parts of America. Sometimes they come in from abroad. They come to the summits. And we never say, just come to the summits. We say, well, where you live? They say, okay, I live in California. I say, well, there's camps out there. You go to one of them camps. We don't say just, come to my camp. I ain't gonna tell them, just come to the Delaware camp. No, how are they gonna do that? You go to the camp that's in your respective state and one of them. But I always say, first you ask your Hawashai which one to go to. You got to be sure where you're going to. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like that. But here we try to, designate our particular camp as the only, this is what leaders of camps doing, as the only camp that's speaking the truth, and that's it. You can't do that. That's outrageous. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm saying. We got to act more like a nation, more like one nation. You know what I'm saying? Rather than separate camps, and my camp is better than your camp, and then all that, that emulation and jealousy and hatred and all that comes in when you do that. And that's what we're dealing with. We're at our own fault. This is our fault, the condition we're in. Yeah, this is our fault, brother. You know what I'm saying? We should be acting more like a nation now, because there's just so many. We should be more talking about we're a nation in exile. You know what I'm saying? And we need to now begin to think about, our land and, language, customs, culture, laws, and statutes of the Most High as a nation. Not as, okay, well, my camp said this and I can't do this because I'm in this camp. You know what I'm saying? We got to think more now on a higher level. You know what I'm saying? One nation, because that's what we are, a nation in exile. That's what we are.
Huh.
But we don't think like that. We think that it's my camp, your camp, and that's it. And I'm better than you, and I know more scriptures than you, and I got 100% truth, and you don't. So that's it. I'm gonna make it to the kingdom. You're not. Come on. You know what I'm saying? We can't determine that. Yahweh said, I'm gonna reward every man according to his works. I'm saying you can't give yourself a title. You can't give yourself a position. You know what I'm saying? How do you know Yahweh Shai gonna make you a general of 20,000, or make you a comforter, or make you you know what I'm saying? How do you know that? Or make you third from heaven, or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? How do you know that? You don't know what
you gonna claim.
How you gonna claim that? Yeah. Do you know who Michael the Archangel is? You know what I'm saying? You just third from heaven. You're nothing. Most of that, who's the son of man? Who is man but a worm, and the son of man, which is a worm? You're nothing. When man think himself to be something, he's nothing, because he deceiveth himself. You know what I'm saying? So we deceived ourselves. So we got to come on a higher level. Go ahead, good morning.
We can actually go back. Yeah. Hey, we're gonna get one chapter. We're gonna get one chapter in. All right. We'll do 5 next week.
But it is what it is.
We'll do 5 next week.
It's the spirit.
What verse we at?
Listen, hey,
Did you really think we're gonna read five chapters?
we've been doing it this way since Genesis, though, and we made up the numbers, so we doing pretty good.
Together the knowledge.
Yes.
We've been doing it 2 chapters, maybe 3 at a time.
You're not gonna read the book of the Most High, this Bible, just, straight through like that.
Right.
You're going to go here a little, here a little, there a little.
Yeah, we
That's,
doing it.
that's how you're going to go. That's how the Spirit goes.
And Moses and Aaron took these men, which are expressed by their names, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day at the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward, by their polls. As Yahweh commanded Moses, so he numbered them in the wilderness of Sinai.
Go ahead.
And the children of Reuben, Israel's eldest son, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names of their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Reuben, were 46,500. Of the children of Simeon, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, those that were numbered of them, according to the number of the names by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Simeon, were 59,300. Of the children of Gad, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Gad, were 45,650. Of the children of Judah, by the generations after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Judah, were 314,600.
Sorry. No, it ain't in here. Go ahead. Keep reading.
Of the children of Issachar, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Issachar, were 54,400. Of the children of Zebulun, by the generations after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Zebulun, were 57,400. Of the children of Joseph, namely of the children of Ephraim, by their generations after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Ephraim, were 40,500. Of the generations of Manasseh, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Manasseh, were 32,200. Of the children of Benjamin, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Benjamin, were 35,400. Of the children of Dan, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Dan, were 62,700. Of the children of Asher, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Asher, were 41,500. Of the children of Naphtali, throughout their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and up, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Naphtali, were 53,400. These are that were numbered, which Moses and Aaron numbered, and the princes of Israel, being 12 men. Each one was for the house of his fathers. So were all those that were numbered of the children of Israel by the house of their fathers, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Even all they that were numbered were 600,003,550. But the Levites, after the tribe of their fathers, were not numbered among them. For the Lord had spoken unto Moses, saying, only thou shalt not number the tribe of Levi, neither take the sum of them among the children of Israel, but thou shalt appoint the Levites over the tabernacle of testimony, and over all the vessels thereof, and over all things that belong to it. They shall spare the tabernacle and all the vessels thereof, and they shall minister unto it, and shall encamp around about the tabernacle. And when the tabernacle setteth forward, the Levites shall take it down. And when the tabernacle is to be pitched, the Levites shall set it up. And the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. And the children of Israel shall pitch their tents, every man.
And when it says stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death, who's that stranger?
Person that ain't supposed to be touched.
Yeah, it can be a Judite.
Anybody.
It could be an Iscariot, showing that Israel can be strangers. If you touching something don't belong to you, or you in a place that don't belong to you, and you're not of the tribe that was given to, you are a stranger. Go ahead.
And the children of Israel shall pitch their tents, every man by his own camp, and every man his own standard throughout their host. But the Levites shall pitch round about the tabernacle of testimony, that there be no wrath upon the congregation of the children of Israel. And the Levites shall keep the charge of the tabernacle of testimony. And the children of Israel did according to all that Yahweh commanded Moses, so did they.
All praises. And yeah, that's our 7 chapters right there. That's our 7 for the day. So yeah, we'll close out with that. Close out with those 7 chapters we just read off. Yeah, hope the class was edifying once again with a Hebrew chosen elect here out of Wilmington, Delaware. Remember, we got the coat drive that we're currently taking donations for. If you're able to donate coats or money for our coat giveaway, please do so. We'll be having that once again in December, roughly around 20th, 21st. We'll let you know. So with that, I give all praise, glory, honor, Yahweh by Shem Mashiach, Yahweh Shai, Shabbat Shalom, and Kwam Yashala.